So Donald Trump, at a recent rural elementary school assembly in East Texas, asked the whole audience to be really quiet. Then he starts clapping his hands every few seconds, holding the audience in total silence. Then he says into a microphone, "Children, every time I clap my hands together, a child in America dies from gun violence." Richard Earl, proud East Texas drawl, pierced the quiet and said, "Well, dumbass, stop clapping." A young guy from North Dakota moved to Florida and goes to a big event. It's everything under one roof department store. He's looking for a job there, and the manager says, "Do you have any sales experience?" And the kid says, "Well, yeah, I was a salesman back in North Dakota." Well, the boss liked the kid, gave him the job, and he says, "You can start tomorrow. I'll come down after we close and see how you did." So his first day on the job was really rough, but he got through it. After the store got locked up, the boss came down and he says, "How many customers bought something?" It says, "1." Boss says, "1? Our salespeople average 20 to 30 customers every day. How much was your sale for?" And it says, "It was $101,237.65. Boss is like, $101,237.65? What the hell did you sell?" The kid says, "Well, first I sold him a fish hook, and then I sold him a bigger fish hook, and then I sold him the biggest fish hook, and then I sold him a new rod, and then I asked him where he was going fishing, and he said down the coast. So I told him he'd need a boat. So he went down to the boat department. I sold him a twin-engine Chris Craft, and then he said he didn't think his Honda Civic would pull it. So I took him down to the automotive department. I sold him that 4x4 Expedition." Boss said, "Guy came in here to buy a fish hook, and you sold him a boat and a truck?" And the kid said, No, the guy came to buy tampons for his wife. And I said, "Dude, your weekend's fucked. You should go fishing."
Classic. Yeah, that is a classic.
There were these 3 farmers that wanted to win the state fair contest for having the biggest hog, and they decided they'd stick a cork in their ass for a month before the fair. But the only problem was none of them wanted to be the one to stick the cork in, so they bought them a monkey, trained the monkey to stick the corks in bottles. After a week or 2 of this, they put the monkey in the pen with a pig and a cork, and after a minute, the monkey did what he was supposed to do. So the farmers fed the pig for a month, and sure enough, they won the first prize. Once they got home, they realized they still had to get... So they trained the same monkey to take corks out of bottles. They stuck the monkey in the pen with the pig, and the farmers woke up 3 days later in the hospital with a reporter sitting next to him. The reporter asked the first farmer, "What was the last thing you remember?" "Shit flying everywhere," the farmer said. The reporter asked the second farmer the second question, and got the same response. It was shit flying everywhere. When she got to the third farmer and asked him what he could remember, he started crying. And the reporter's like, "What's the matter?" And the farmer says, "Last thing I remember is the look on that poor monkey's face when he tried to stick that cork back in." This blonde hurried into the emergency room late one night with the tip of her index finger shot off. "How'd this happen?" Emergency room doctor. "Well, I was trying to commit suicide," the blonde said. "What?" sputtered the doctor. "You tried to commit suicide shooting off your finger? Are you kidding me?" She goes, "No, silly. First I put the gun to my chest, but then I thought, God, I just paid $6,000 for these implants, so I'm not shooting myself in the chest. And then I put the gun in my mouth, and I thought, oh my God, I just paid $3,000 to get these teeth straight, and I'm not shooting myself in the mouth." "Well, so what then?" the guy says. "Well, then I put the gun to my ear, and I thought, this is going to make a really loud noise, so I put my finger in my other ear before I pulled that trigger." This blonde was shopping at Target, and she came across a shiny silver thermos, and she was so fascinated by it. So she took it to the clerk and said, "What is this?" And the clerk says, "Well, that's a thermos. Keeps things hot and keeps hot things hot and cold things cold." "Wow," says the blonde, "that's amazing. I'm buying it." So she bought the thermos, and she took it to work the next day, and her boss saw it on her desk. What you got there, he asked. Why, it's a thermos, she says. It keeps hot things hot and cold things cold. And the boss says, well, what'd you put in it? She goes, 2 popsicles and some coffee. This guy goes to a restaurant for Christmas breakfast while in his hometown for the holidays, and looks over the menu and says, I'll have the Benedict. His order comes a while later, and it's served on a big, shiny hubcap. And he's like, what's with this hubcap? And the waiter goes, there's no plate like home for the Hollandaise.
Oh.